Arnie, I think this was kind of BS what you did to our country. I think, no, we saved you. I don't need the government saving me. I don't need them protecting me. I need less government.
Bundys Garage, Bundy here. Hey, today I'm here with my good buddy Darren. We did a video on the worst diesels, best diesels. It got a lot of hits. People liked it a lot. They made fun of you saying Cummings
with a G at the end.
Cummings with a G. He knows how to say it, and he knows how to work on those trucks. So don't get him wrong. He knows what he's talking about.
He's part Mexican, right? So it is Cummings.
Right.
Cummings.
It's way easier to say than Cummins.
And
I can say because I'm Mexican.
The comedian guy here,
Yeah.
Arnie Villarreal.
Hi, I'm with Diesel USA Group out of Louisville, Kentucky. My sister company is Performance Turbochargers. We are the largest Garrett master distributor across the nation. And I'll hand it over to John.
We're just going to touch on some subjects today regarding this COVID-19 coronavirus from a businessman's perspective about it. Arnie's got some thoughts on it. And we're also going to talk about some other diesel stuff and some of the comments you guys left about Chevy's best, Ford's best.
Dodge is best.
What about the Nissan Titan?
Right.
The what?
That's really not. We're not going with that. I know it has a Cummins engine.
It has a Cummins engine.
But that's not a diesel truck. I'm not.
I've only seen like 2 on the road.
Right.
Well, we're
I'm
here.
sorry if you have a Nissan. Don't be we're
You're
joking.
still loved,
We're
huh?
joking. We're just joking.
We still love you.
But if you guys need help with your trucks, other than a Nissan, Darren is here in San Bernardino, and I'll put his phone number up right now and his website. You can always reach out to him if you guys need service or repair on these vehicles. I'm always working on Acuras and Hondas. Darren's doing the diesel stuff, but like I said,
and he's selling us all the parts.
He's
I
selling
just
me all
sell
the parts,
man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
But he's turned wrenches before. You've turned wrenches.
Yes, but not like you guys. You guys are the professionals, man. I'm just that weekend, scratch my head kind of thing. Throw some duct tape on it.
We still
ready to roll, man.
We still scratch our head here. We still scratch our head.
Yeah. Where's your mask, Darren?
I will never wear a mask and never have wore a mask. I know you're trying to get me riled up, but yeah, it was the crazy. Like, so I go to dinner with a friend of mine every 2 weeks. We go to dinner, but we haven't been able to do it. So he says, "Hey, that restaurant and I probably shouldn't say the name of the restaurant, but it's open. Dining room's open." So I said, "Okay, cool. We'll meet there Tuesday." So we go there Tuesday night. Walk up to the door, says dining room's open. This is a big chain restaurant. And the girl says, "Where's your mask?" And I said, how am I going to eat with a mask on? And she said, "Well, you have to wear a mask to walk in." I go, "So I wear a mask, I walk in, and then I guess I take it off." So anyways, we left out of there. But the crazy thing was, you can go to Lowe's in the same parking lot. You don't need a mask, and there's hundreds of people in there. And so, but you have to wear a mask when you go into this place to eat. And it's like, I'm just wondering who's steering the ship, like who's making the rules. Like, so if I have COVID and I walk into this restaurant, I guess the COVID will not attack anybody when I'm eating. Like, it'll know that, okay, his mask is off, so don't infect anybody. I don't know. I'm just asking for it to make sense with the mask. And then watching people, okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna say because the masks drive me crazy. Watching someone drive by themselves in a car with the windows up, with a mask on and gloves on. It's like, are you protecting yourself from giving yourself the coronavirus? Anyways, so the mask thing's making me crazy.
Yeah, I got you on that, man. The mask is driving me crazy. I saw it like when you did. You know, how are we supposed to eat? You know, but they were closed. You know, I mean the dining rooms were closed. You know, but still there were some good people that had some doors open.
Right.
Like we just spoke off camera about it. I think it was a China test. They threw it out there, wanted to see how us Americans and other nations would react, and then they watched.
Are you saying it was designed by China?
It was designed by China and released by China.
Okay.
That's what I've learned, you know. But this whole COVID-19, we'll get back to that, like Darren's saying, wearing a mask, the mask that they're handing out or you can get, any particulate can get through that mask. You know, I think it's just a crutch.
Right.
You know,
Might as well be in a bubble.
Yeah, and now it really.
You know, I thought to your point with the mask. So the first week I saw people wearing the mask, I thought, oh wow, those must be scared people. But then the next week was like mandatory. So everybody's wearing it. I'm watching people walk around with these masks on. I thought, the government now knows, and the media knows, we can get the American people to do anything.
We
can get them to do anything. Like,
There
watch,
you go.
we told them they have to wear it. They're wearing it now, even in San Bernardino and Riverside County. They said you don't have to wear it. People come into
Still
the
wearing
shop
it.
all the time like, look, you don't have to wear the mask. If you choose to wear the mask, you can wear it. But you don't have to wear it here. I don't have a policy that you have to wear it. None of our employees have wore it, whatever. And you see certain people that are like, oh, cool, and they take it off real quick. And then other people, you see the fear in their eyes. They're like, I'm not taking it off. I'm like, you can wear it. It's fine. You get to choose. You get to choose. I just don't want the government choosing for me. Like, you could choose to wear it, and I could choose not to, or vice versa.
You're a big boy now.
Right.
You put on your chonies the same way, and pants.
But we should get to choose, right?
Yes.
I don't need the
course.
government choosing for me that I have to wear a mask or whatever. I understand for certain people it's probably a necessity, right? There's certain people, like I have a friend who had cancer and has one lung. Probably not a good thing to get coronavirus, right? That's a person that's at risk, and certain people are definitely at risk. But those of us who have worked on this kind of equipment before, or whatever jobs you've done, I'm sure we breathe a lot of stuff that probably should have killed us and probably will kill us early.
Right.
I'm not worried about the coronavirus killing me, but anyways.
Asbestos and brakes.
Right? Forever.
The whole thing was, I think the whole thing was blown out of proportion, man.
Amen.
Because when you had
said that in
the
very
had the
beginning.
projected models, they're like, it's going to kill 2 million people.
Right.
And look, we're at what is it? The end
Well,
of May.
To
we're at
fight that,
100,000.
though, John, I think because the reason why we only had such a
Hang
low,
on, and the recovery rate is like 85%, even if you get it.
I think it's higher than that.
Yeah. 85, 87, I don't know, somewhere around there. I could be wrong.
Yes, I think you're higher.
But the recovery rate is higher than the death rate. So what the hell?
I just think maybe the sickness was more harsh than just the regular common flu, is what happened.
Because you think you got it.
Yeah.
But you had it a long time ago, right? Like about 4 or 5 months ago, right?
I had it at the end of middle to the end of February.
Okay, because I think we knew people that had it too, because they were sick for like 3 weeks. They're like, I just can't shake it. It just won't go away.
I laid in my bed. My wife and I, we just quarantined ourselves, literally. And because I came back from Denver and I was saying, this is not the flu I've had in the past.
Right.
And but you see,
But were you ever tested?
no, because at that time it didn't.
But you might
they
have the
didn't-
antibodies now, huh? Like if they tested you,
Right,
you
that's
might
what
have
they
the
say.
antibody, yeah.
Yeah, I could have the antibody. But the smart thing to do, like any other flu you catch, you quarantine yourself.
Right.
You stay inside the house. You lay in bed. You take care of yourself. You drink water. You drink Gatorade. You put Ponte Vicks all over you, man. Like the Mexicans do. Am I right?
A shot of tequila?
And a shot of tequila, man. That's
Some
what
menudo?
I did. And
Burn it out.
didn't, yeah, burn it out, man. Sama, sana,
Right.
that stuff. And so we didn't make contact with nobody, and we went to the doctors. My wife got it pretty bad, but now we're over it. But again, back to that point, John, is that I have to give kudos, and I don't know, Darren, if you're a Trump supporter, but I am, and for him to shut that border off from China at that time, because I think we would have had many more.
Yeah.
The death rate would have went,
Right.
surpassed.
Right.
From bringing it over. But
I'm not, like I don't know politics. Like I don't watch the news. I don't know politics, so I'll probably come across as an idiot. So I'm not going to speak about things I don't know. But what I see is, so you have this media telling you, oh, this is radiation poisoning. You're all going to die. And I think there's certain politicians that don't want that blood on their hands. And I even remember seeing Trump in the beginning going, no, we're not going to shut the country down. But I think probably even his people told him, hey, bro, you better be careful if you want to get reelected. Because if John's grandma dies, John's going to say you killed his grandma. So then he's like, whoa. So I think every politician wants to be politically correct and say, oh no, we should shut it down because I don't want somebody saying I killed your grandma, or like there's a school district up in
blood on your hands.
Right,
man.
blood
You
on
don't
your
want
hands.
it.
Yeah, there's a school up there that a friend of mine works on. The school district, it doesn't matter what it is. Probably shouldn't say it anyways. They told him you're going to take 5 months off without pay. So he gets paid through the summer too because that's the way he works. So anyways, 5 months you're not coming back to work. And he's like, well, why are we doing that? And they said, we believe it would be cheaper to pay all of you teachers than potentially have a couple lawsuits. Like the kids come back to school, somebody gets coronavirus, somebody's grandma dies, they sue the school. And so they're like, it would be cheaper to pay all the teachers to not come to school than to have one come and we get a couple lawsuits for millions and millions of dollars. So for them to be politically correct, they chose to do that and to cover themselves because they're afraid of being sued. Like, can you imagine, like, somebody in your family gets coronavirus, could you actually, and maybe you could in this country, actually sue somebody for wrongful death? I don't know. Like, could that happen? I don't see how, but I imagine it could.
Yeah, you're right. You're on the right track right there. I think it could happen. You know, it's a sad thing for us Americans to go through that, and other nations.
Right.
You know, and have it be released by another nation, top nation, that, man, we are they have us at the knees of every machinery producing product that, what's the percentage that America buys from China? Huge.
That's a whole nother subject. You don't want to get started on that. Every time a part breaks around here or something fails early, I'm like, I'll bet it was made in China.
Chinese junk.
What I'm saying is, we would
up to par.
We would know what we'd see.
Yeah.
It worked, but it wouldn't throw a code. But you'd go, why is this pressure not? Why is this truck acting like this? Why is this? And we would look at it, and we shut the truck off and say the pressure should read 0, and it read like 9 or 10 psi. So it's biased. So when you get that pressure over 2,500, 2,700. Exponentially, it's way off.
Oh.
So the truck thinks it's getting more pressure than what it's actually doing, so it's dialing it back when you don't need that much pressure, when really the engine's saying, I'm starving, I need more injector pressure, right? And it was crazy. But before, we'd have to buy that sensor, and then they would send it back and have it tested, and if it came out bad, then they'd get your money back. Now you can just take it, an injector, just take it in, hey, this injector, yeah, we put this injector under this work order, this is the one we bought it on, this is the one we purchased it on, it failed, they're like, great. But before, it was never that way. You'd have to go buy another injector, put it in, and then wait for your money. You know, they test it, and they're like, okay, this injector is bad, but I think all the parts are so bad. But I know that's a different subject. Different subject. I just would... go ahead.
No, it's fine. You're talking about it. The damage to our economy because of this stupid-ass coronavirus.
Huge, man. You know...
more people are going to die from depression, suicide. Being stuck inside makes people go crazy.
Cancer. What was the other?
And elective surgeries, stuff that should have been done, are not getting done.
To your point, I don't know if she'd be considered my niece. She's married to my nephew, so I guess she'd be my niece, right? She works at a big hospital in Riverside, and what she was stating is that people were so scared. So say normally they'd taken 620-ish patients or 600 some patients a day. They were taking in now like 120. We're not even talking coronavirus, just 120 people. She says the problem is by the time they get to it's a community hospital, by the time they get to the hospital, it's too late. Because they're so scared to come in. Like say if you got a gunshot wound, I'm not saying that, but say you thought you had some sort of infection, but you're like, I don't want to go there, I'm gonna get the coronavirus. So by the time they get to they finally are just near death and they gotta go in, when they go in, she says it's like for many people it's too late by the time they actually show up.
Because they're going to die. They're already going to die.
Yes, they can't save them because in normal situations people would just come in. Hey, I think I have this thing right here. Can you look at it or whatever? And they're like, oh, we need to check that out. That's bad. Right. Well, now by the time they come in,
it's too late. And they're sending nurses home.
Right.
There's not enough work to be done.
Yeah, and that's what they're concerned about too, because they weren't able to bill out enough for the coronavirus. Right? They didn't get enough cases, so they don't make that money. You know, and I think I told you about the Ford rep, right? About his grandma.
Tim?
Yes. Yeah. So he comes in. He's been gone for 2 weeks because they wouldn't let him work. Comes into the shop. Tim, how you doing? I'm good. Good. My grandma died Good Friday. And I'm like, oh, that's really sad. He goes, no, don't worry. She was 98 years old. She lived a good life. We took her over to Loma Linda Medical Center. Probably shouldn't have said that either. They test her for coronavirus, none. Test her the second day, none. I think the third or fourth day she died. So when they put her death certificate together, they wrote coronavirus on it.
No, wow.
So whoever the next of kin was stated you'll change that because you have 2 tests that are negative. You will change the death certificate. She didn't die of coronavirus. So how much of that is going on? I don't know. I mean,
probably a lot because you're going to tell me that all the people that are dying right now, they're going to go test every single one. Just like you said, even if they die in these circumstances, it's labeled coronavirus.
Right. So if I have, I don't know what's the highest stage of cancer. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. Stage 4.
Stage 4.
So if I have stage 4 cancer, but then I have coronavirus and I die, did I die of cancer or coronavirus?
They'll say coronavirus.
Right.
So the numbers are skewed.
Right. I think they're very skewed. And the crazy number that I saw, the statistic, because I don't watch the news, so I don't know any of this stuff, but I saw the statistic come over my phone, and it talked about the rate of people, the percentage of people who die in America from coronavirus versus infected. Our percentage is higher than anybody. Let's make it simple math. Like say in, I don't know, pick another country.
China.
10 people get it, and 1 person dies. Let's just say, I know it's not that high, but 1 person dies. But in America, if 10 people get it, the percentage is higher than fatality So are we less healthy than they are, or is it because our immune system is worse, or is it because our numbers are pumped up?
Because we're marking everything coronavirus.
Right. But the percentage of people that die in America is greater, per infected, death versus infected. Our rate is higher than other countries in the world, and I was, But then at the same time, if I read that on my phone, it got sent to me, off whatever, those news updates you get on your phone that I try not to read. I don't even know if that's right?
Yeah.
Who's sending that? That's Apple sending it to me, or who's is it right?
CNN.
Or right?
You don't.
Clinton News Network.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to believe. The only thing I would say that I believe is that the sorrow that has brought me, and I think that was the main thing, is that I was sitting at the table last week, and my wife asked me, "You look very, very sad," and I said, "I am," and she says, "Is there anything I can help you with?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, what's the matter?" And I started crying, and I said, "All the brave men have died. All the brave men have died." Because it's like we have to be so politically correct. Imagine, and I go back to revolutionary days. Can you imagine? I'm sure there's some guys, if all three of us were sitting in some pub or whatever, I'd say, we really should go after the English, right? Let's go get them, man. I'm tired of them taxing us. I'm tired of their crap. Let's go get them. I guarantee there's some guys that go, let's go. And then there's another guy going, we get taxed a lot, but I got a pretty cool house. I got 2 kids, and things are going pretty good for me. I don't really want to rock the boat, and I don't want to fight Great Britain. I mean, they're pretty tough. You know what I mean? Like, they beat everybody. I don't think I want to go to war with them, right? But then there were some guys that said, no, we're going. Right?
Yeah.
Finish your beer and let's go.
Right. And so when I say all the brave men died, that's what I mean. Like, why? I don't even know how to stand up against this, but it's like nobody's standing up against it. I feel like everybody, and I'm not on social media, so I don't know any of those things. Maybe they are, but I see people just going, oh no, it's okay. Like, no, well, we just have to go along. And I'm thinking, do we though? Like, what if we said, like, I remember when my wife said they're going to shut our business down. I said, they won't shut my business down. She goes, no, we may have to close. I said, we're not closing. She goes, what about our employees? I said, if they don't want to work, I'll write every ticket, I'll fix every truck, and I'll write I'm staying here until they remove me. And she kept sending me documents each day, email them to me. Look, it looks like we might be able to stay open. I said, I don't care. I'm staying open. And then luckily, we became one of the businesses like you.
Essential.
You were able to stay open, right?
Essential. Yeah.
We were essential, right? But even if we couldn't, I was staying open. And if more people would have taken that mindset, I'm staying open. Like, there's a barbershop. He was smart. Code enforcement comes by Monday through Friday, right? He opened his barbershop. He never closed. He was open from Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock till Sunday night. And he told, don't tell anybody I'm cutting your hair. Like, say you went to the same place to get your hair cut every week. You could still go to this guy. You just had to go Friday night to Sunday.
5 o'clock.
Right, after 5 o'clock. Because
6 in the morning.
Right,
man.
but I love that guy because he's like,
morning.
you're not going to choose for me.
Yeah, if more people had the balls to stand up and say, well, I'm not closing.
It's sad, to see you as a business owner, you have a beautiful business. You employ people here in San Bernardino, and then in turn they spend their money in San Bernardino with their kids, with their wives, their cars, things like that. But you go through other cities, other states. When this came down, I was in Oregon, Portland, and a few years ago, I owned a coffee shop, and I saw all these food businesses closed.
Right.
And that hurts because the rent on that place you still got to pay.
It would cost me $20,000 a month to be closed.
Holy
That's
cow.
what it cost, right?
Yeah, that's
what it costs to be closed with no revenue.
No revenue.
Right.
And you're sitting there and you're losing the business that you built.
Right.
And shipping away your soul.
Just, what are you going to do? And I felt sorry for these, just like you, Darren. I felt sorry for these business people because I was an owner, a private owner at one time. And like you, and seeing these poor businesses empty, closed, boarded up. Wow, man, how are they going to make it?
Right.
Because they taxes, they still want their money.
Sure.
The state.
Did the politicians take a pay cut?
No.
No. You see
Did Newsom take a pay cut?
Nothing.
Did Pelosi take a pay cut?
Nothing.
She's going to print more money for us. She's going to print more monopoly money for us, right? I mean, who cares if it's a couple $1 trillion, right? Let's print it up and give it away.
Those jokers that we have in Congress, they really need to do an about face and just really quit. You just walk out.
Right.
Stop it now.
Right.
It's all to line their pockets, and it's not about that. I think we had so many good men, like you say, have died, and they put it forward that we Americans, we run the government.
Right.
The government does not run us, and that's a shame to see these individuals where they're at in their seat in their hierarchy,
right?
Because they get to go home and eat their ice cream in their $20,000 refrigerator,
right?
Buy their suits,
right?
Get their haircuts.
Right.
You notice all their hair looks nice. They're not gray, right? Pelosi is always brown.
Right.
She looks like Skeletor, dude.
Oh, she's one ugly thing, and it's amazing. But yet you're right. You're going to do this.
Right.
You're going to do that.
Right.
And these people that aren't as knowledgeable, they're like you and I, worker ants.
Right.
But
they're scared.
They just, I guess you're right. Because they don't have surrounding men like you, like myself, some other men out there, or women, to say, no, this is not right.
Or these stupid celebrities who go on Twitter.
Yes.
Stay home, stay safe. If I had $25 million in the bank, I would stay home and stay safe.
And they say
too,
I feel like a prisoner in my $25 million home.
Dumbass. Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up.
Like people, shut up.
They don't know what it's like to work. They don't know what it's like to have to put food on the table.
Pump every day.
Right.
Get underneath that truck when it's hot, when it's coming in, to take a look at it. Drive 300-400 miles a day to
whatever
go
your job
into
is.
business and try to sell a product, and they tell you, I got time for you, man. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, try to make it.
I have it done to me.
Right.
And it's sad,
Right.
They don't know, they don't understand that.
Right.
They've lost all.
Well, it's just like right up the street, they sell fencing, right? So whatever, vinyl fencing.
Okay.
They set a policy when the coronavirus, because they're so scared over there, that not only do you have to wear a mask, only one truck is allowed in at a time to pick up material. So they open the gate, you come in, we load your truck with your vinyl fencing, right?
God.
But I can't come in till you actually leave the property. Then I get approved to go in, and so it's one truck at a time. And I'm thinking, it's not radiation poisoning. Do you understand? It's not. It's one of those things where it's.
So we had some technical issues, but we're back now. But guys, don't be scared. I mean, people are dying. It's sad. And if you're sick, if you think you're going to get it, if you have a weak immune system, stay home. But I know the country's slowly opening up. Things are, I think here in California, my personal belief is Newsom's going to run for president in 2024. And he's going to say, I was one of the first states to close. I was one of the last ones to open. And two people died on my watch. That's what I think is going to happen. But
I think you're right.
Makes sense. I mean, it does definitely sound logical. I think if I'm going to close on this, and I need to, because I've been driving my wife and everybody around me crazy. I mean, just talking to my wife, I said the other day, I believe that I've driven away a lot of my friends and family. She's like, oh, you have. So I want to stop being mad, and I want to stop being angry, but just make it, all I say is if you're going to argue with somebody, just make it make sense, right? Let's just make it make sense.
And be respectful.
Right, be respectful, make it make sense. So I just feel that it pains me, and I just hope that we will stand up, to the government, to the media, and just say, no, we don't want any more, because let's face it, I mean, and I know I got to shut this thing down on this, we got to get on another subject, but
no.
It's like, it's not going to stop until we the people make it stop, because what does the media need? They need chaos, right? They haven't had to look for another story in a long time, because they can just run this 24/7, right? And all the politicians need is votes. So if the media runs it out one way, the politicians just float away whichever way the wind blows. If it blows them over here, the media is saying this. Oh no, I believe in this. I believe in this. Vote for me. I believe in this. And then when the wind blows back around this way, you know what I mean? And then they all tell you when you go, hey, I think this was kind of BS what you did to our country. I think, no, we saved you. I don't need the government saving me. I don't need them protecting me. I need less government. And that's my close.
No, you're right, man. That's you put it right, sweet. That's it, man.
Ta-da.
We don't need that, man.
Right.
Less government,
right?
Especially some of the government that we have right now.
Right.
They've got to go. They've got to go, man.
Amen.
We could talk about this forever.
Yeah, man.
AOC, Pelosi,
Right.
Newsom, our ex-president who wasn't even a citizen, Obama.
Right. But see, you guys know more about politics than I do. I'm an idiot when it comes to politics. I really don't know because it makes me mad, so I stopped watching years ago because I'll just get mad.
It's ugly, man.
Right.
I try not to, I've got close relatives and friends that are far left, and
Right.
hey, man, that's their choice.
Sure. That's why
what
guys
they
died,
wanted.
right?
Yeah.
Guys died so they could feel that
Exactly.
way. And you could feel your way.
Right.
So amen to that.
So
they have the
don't
right.
tread on me for feeling the way I am, and I'm not
Right.
going to tread on you.
Amen, brother.
And I'm not going to hate you for it.
Amen.
Hey, man, that's your bag. I like driving this Chevy. You like driving that Ford.
Right.
You like driving
Sure.
that Dodge. We
Sure.
have choices, and that's why our men and women, they fought for us, and went to war so we can have them choices. And that's why the American flag, flies high, man.
Amen.
For that.
I love that.
You take Christianity and you try to go to Afghanistan or where, in that area,
Middle East somewhere.
Middle
yeah.
East somewhere, and you can't preach it there.
No.
But they can come over here and they could open up a
mosque.
A mosque
Lawfully, too.
lawfully. And
Yeah.
that's good. Hey,
Right.
man, if that's what
Right.
you want to practice, then
Amen.
you go right ahead.
Amen.
I don't think it's right, but you know what? You don't answer to me. You're going to answer to God.
Sure.
Okay? So, hey, man, just don't hurt me or my family or my children. All right? Or
Don't
my
blow me
buddies,
up.
man.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar. All right, with
But,
that, we're good.
we're good there.